Hey everybody, it's Stu from Ukulele Zen. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to teach you this pretty chord progression, and in the process we're going to learn some principles about how to stretch, relax, and extend the range of our left hand. We'll play this with strumming. We'll even add some extra notes. It's a wonderful chord progression and a wonderful topic to explore, how to make our left hand lighter, more flexible, and extend it. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here for a while, thanks for coming back. Hope that you'll click the subscribe button below and ring the notification bell so you can stay in the loop every time I put up a new video. If you'd like to support this channel and receive the lesson notes that go along with this, I hope that you'll visit my Patreon page. There's a link below. Thank you so much for all your support. Really appreciate it. This chord progression is a wonderful sound. It's a cyclical chord progression, and the chords live over these drone strings. So there's a wonderful, almost Indian effect. It sounds like Middle Eastern or Indian music where the drone provides the chord progression. A drone is a single note, as exemplified on my Gopi Chand. We can explore drones and soloing over drones in future videos. Now let's get into the chord progression and how to stretch out our fingers, learning how to soften and extend the range of motion of our hands. You know, this chord progression in the open position would be C, then D7. You can play any D7 you like. And then we go to F and back home to C. The way that I am playing these chords is by using different voicings that allow these open strings to ring. They stretch out the hands and they create a more open sound. So before I get into the principles of how to soften up the hand and stretch out your range of motion, let's just learn what I'm doing with my fingers. 3rd fret and 7th fret with the first finger and pinky, that makes the first chord C. The next chord is a kind of D7 where I'm at the 2nd fret and the 5th fret. This is a wonderful sound, especially if you have a high G, because you're adding a really tense note, and that is officially a D11th chord. Next, when we get to F, what I do is I slide down that index finger 1 fret, so it's at the 1st fret and the 5th fret. And that is an F6 chord because I'm leaving that D on top, which is the 6th degree of the F scale. And then I go home to C. Now as I'm playing, take a look at how soft my hand is. I'm going to show you how to do this right now. Step 1 is to root yourself in deep breathing. Breathe deeply and float the hand up. It's as if your hand is floating in space. I can't emphasize this enough, that you really want to soften up the hand so when you touch the instrument, you're not gripping it tightly. Letting go of tension is something that you have to practice. So really interrupt yourself with a kind way. So the way we approach the instrument is crucial. Touch with just the thumb, reach the fingers around. Notice how my fingers are parallel to the frets. I'm not even pushing yet. I'm just going to keep them parallel to the frets and soften them up. Notice also how these fingers are floppy. I'd like you to now try to reach over with your other hand and just touch these fingers, touch the wrist. Be gentle when you do this, and just try to soften it up. Another really important part of the body to soften up is the elbow. Notice how mine is swinging loosely. It's like a pendulum swinging. So here's what you can do is visualize a tightrope from the shoulder to the palm, and what's swinging is the elbow. Keep it nice and loose as you reach out and touch the instrument. So we have these points of alignment, our breath, our wrist is soft, our elbow is soft, our fingers are soft. Now just before we even push, just touch, okay? And breathe deeply. Extend the range of motion. At first your pinky may not like to go that far. So what you can do is reach over and just gently keep it soft, move it one more fret, move it one more fret until you're at the 3rd fret and the 7th fret. What might be holding you back is you could be reaching around with the thumb and your fingers may be coming in at an angle. If this is the case, it's going to be very hard to do this. You want to begin first with the index finger being very parallel, and then what that does is it sets up the rest of the hand to be soft, and it allows your pinky to reach really far eventually. I mean, you can go very far. So don't force it. First, you're just pushing lightly, just getting that thudding sound. When it's time to push down, I'm going to focus my effort just on this part of the fingers. And notice if these all of a sudden start to get really tense. If they fly away, just let go and start again, okay? Touch with the thumb, wrap the fingers around, keep it light, and then push only from this part. And don't push any harder than necessary. Once the notes are ringing, just back off and maintain that light touch. We don't want to be touching harder than that. We just touch only enough to let the strings ring clearly. Now, you may have heard these words before, but what's really going to help you is to program the feeling into your body. So after you watch this video, and by the way, watch it again and again, I hope you'll get a lot out of it. The real teaching is going to be in you being patient and just touching it every time with a light touch every single time. Go through that process, and pretty soon it'll become second nature to play in this way. You may have to repeat this process many times, just draining the tension from your hand. It's really joyful when you get that sensation of, I'm hardly doing anything. I'm just reaching out, I'm touching the air, and there just happens to be some strings in the way. Now let's stay connected to our breath and play a gentle rhythm as we move through the chords. Ready? We'll begin on C. C. Moving down to that D7, 2nd fret, 5th fret. Next to the F6 chord. See, it's floppy, loose. Now go home to C. Now let's add a little more rhythm. It's important that you breathe deeply and let go right there. Now I'm going to show you how to decorate the chord progression with other notes. See what I'm doing? Using the middle finger. And then let's try it again. C, we're going to decorate with the 5th fret. 3rd fret. And we can also work in a different way. Watch, I'm going to stretch up to the 8th fret. 7th fret. If you can reach that far, give it a try. Learning to let go of the tension in your hand can take time, but I promise you that it's a joyful process if you make it a joyful process. And what I mean by that is that every time you catch yourself, maybe with your elbow up, or maybe with your shoulder up, or maybe gripping with the too much tension, what you do is you very kindly let go, and begin again. Make sure that you're very nice about this. Just breathe, start over. Every time you're doing that, you're severing the connection between the tension and your playing, and you're strengthening the connection of a soft, relaxed touch. This can take a lot of time, but if you're patient, you will do this. It was over 20 years ago I was doing this with my classical guitar, and I'm really glad that I took the time to do this, because now my hands are always soft whenever I play. So I encourage you to give it a go. Another strategy is to have a cup of tea or something that you like to drink, so you take your hand off the instrument often and then put it back on. Can't say it enough that it's important to breathe deeply, smile, and enjoy the journey. And even if the journey takes a long time, hey, if you're enjoying yourself, that's great. You get a long time to enjoy a journey that you're having a good time on. It can be really helpful to have a cup of tea. Make sure that you take that extra second just to take your hand off the instrument. It only takes a moment, but when you really relax the hand deeply, you'll see it will bring so much benefit. You'll wonder why you ever rushed ahead with tension before. So I hope this serves you well. Thanks so much for watching. Please click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and I hope that I see you someday at a Ukulele Zen retreat. The next one is at the Omega Institute. Check out the link below to read all about this retreat. Hope to see you there. All the best.